What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new series, The Dead Girls, aka Las Muertas. Let's rock this. So this series comes all the way from Mexico. Now, I've never read the book that this adaptation is based on, obviously, but I heard that it's loosely inspired by an actual true crime story. So I looked it up, I googled it, and the true story behind this is crazy. These four sisters, more than 5 decades ago, who ran a brothel, and they killed many people, including their own employees and their own customers. Fucking insane. Well, this show took some creative liberties, of course, and so instead of 4 sisters, this one's got 2, and the whole thing behaves like part telenovela and part political satire, which is oddly interesting. So do I like it? Am I a fan of Las Muertas? Yeah, kind of. I mean, I like the fact that every episode feels like its own separate yet interconnected short movies, and each one has its own flavor, if you will. For example, the first episode had so many hilarious sex scenes, and the couple were so horny all the time. But it's also got murder and betrayal. The whole thing felt like a dark comedy soap opera. But then the subsequent episodes pivot into how the business happened, the corruption, the military's influence, and the joys and the hardships of running a brothel, so on and so forth. It behaves more like a biopic. Yes, it's violent. Yes, it's absurd. Yes, it's ambitious. But Las Muertas' social commentary speaks just as loudly as its brazen obscenity. Based on Jorge Ibargüengoitia's novel and directed by Luis Estrada, Las Muertas fictionalizes the rise and fall of the sisters Arcángela and Serafina Baladro. In the 1960s Mexico, they built an empire of brothels and became famous in history as the most ruthless and feared serial killers in the country. Starring Paulina Gaitán, Arcelia Ramirez, Joaquin Cosio, and Alfonso Herrera. Excellent production designs with practical sets. It really looks and feels like an authentic period piece from that part of the world. It's got that old Western cinematic quality to it as well. Very meticulous attention to details. Strong performances by the cast ensemble. Not only are they physically daring when it comes to the show's graphic sexuality, Paulina, in particular, just loves taking it off and going butt naked on cue, but they also effortlessly tap into their characters' cold-hearted nature, and they at times can also be quite amusing in a disturbing humor kind of a way. I'm sure the real-life story must have been a terrible true crime, but the depiction on this show is a weird cocktail mix of dark comedy and drama. By that I mean, sometimes the sisters would show compassion to the women working there, but sometimes they're like, oh, they're dead, just throw them in the ditch somewhere. Yikes! So these are some seriously complicated serial killers. I mean, the show doesn't downplay nor does it sensationalize their horrifying crime. Las Muertas is more of a juggling act between melodrama and historical fiction, which can get a bit heavy-handed at times, but it didn't bother me all that much. I found the show to be nothing short of intriguing. Having said that, the runtime on each episode could be condensed a bit. Sometimes the dialogues went on and on and on, when the writers could have narrowed the focus down and streamlined the story, so that it doesn't look like they're biting off more than they can chew. So yeah, overall I give The Dead Girls, aka La Muertas, the rating of 3.5 out of 5. The show is not perfect, but I can't keep my eyes off of it for all the obvious reasons. But yeah, it is an interesting, unconventional serial killer story unlike anything I've ever seen before.